Shalom. All praise Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahushai, by Hashem Kakadash. Double honor and praise the Apostle Elders Jim must taught me this truth. And peace and blessings to the Akim that has their life daily, pushing the truth with sincerity. To the Aquaf lesson learned, Shalom. Once again, my name is Aina, and this is a quick lesson on being leprous, or being cursed with the plague of leprosy. You know, it's not a blessing; it's a curse. It's a plague. So, with that said, let's get to it. This is Exodus 4:6, and the Lord said furthermore unto him, Put thou now thy hand into thy bosom. And he put his hand in his bosom, and when he took it out, behold, his hand was leprous as snow. And Moses put his hand into his bosom, and when he took it out, his hand was changed to a different color. It was leprous, white as snow. And we go into that word, leprous, as Taza Ra Tazaraha. Tazaraha. Strong's definition, leprous. To be disease of the skin, to be leprous. To be a leper, to have leprosy. To be stricken with a leprosy, a leper or leprous. Okay. That's not a blessing, that's a curse. And he said, Put thy hand in thy bosom again. And he put his hand in his bosom and plucked it out. And it was out of his bosom. And behold, it was turned again as his other flesh. So it came back as the other state of his hand. And this is the law concerning being leprous. And this is Leviticus 13:2. When a man shall have a skin of his flesh, raising a scab or a bright spot, it shall be in the skin of his flesh, like the plague of leprosy. Then he shall be brought unto Aaron the priest, and unto his sons the priests, and the priest shall look upon the plague in the skin of his flesh, and when the hair of in the plague is turned white, then the plague is in sight to be deeper than the skin of his flesh. It is the plague of leprosy, and the priest shall look upon him and pronounce him unclean. Hey, if you had the plague of leprosy, you consider unclean. And if the white spot in the skin of the flesh in the sight be not deeper than the skin, and the hair thereof be not turned white, then the priest shall shut him up that have the plague 7 days. And it could just be a scab. It just could be a scab. And Slakia for the stuttering, but it could be just a scab, and your coloring, your melanin will come back into your flesh in given time. And the priest shall look upon him in 7 days, and behold, if the plague is in sight, be to stay, and the plague spread not into the skin, then the priest shall shut him up 7 more days. And if that white spot don't spread any further, it's just right there. And the priest shall look again 7 days, and behold, the plague be somewhat dark, the plague spread not in the skin, the priest shall pronounce him clean. But it is but a scab, and he shall wash his clothes and be clean. But if the scab spread much abroad in the skin after that he have been seen of the priest, he shall be seen again. And if the priest see that the scab spread it in the skin, the priest shall pronounce him unclean. It is leprosy. And this is what he's talking about. Vitiligo. This is what they're talking about. This right here is leprosy. According to the scriptures, when the plague of leprosy is in a man, he should be brought unto the priest, and the priest shall see him, and behold, if the rising of the white be in the skin, and have turned into the hair, and the white shall be quick raw in the flesh and in the raising, it is in the old leprosy in the skin of the flesh, and the priest shall pronounce him unclean, and he should be shut up in his day, and for he is unclean. And if the leprosy break out abroad in the skin, and the leprosy covered all the skin of him, have the plague from his head even to his foot, whereso the priest looketh, then the priest shall consider him, shall consider, and behold, if the leprosy have covered his whole flesh, he shall pronounce him clean, for he hath the plague, and hath turned him all white. He is clean, and he's just a clean leopard. And a clean leopard is, matter of fact, so-called have altogether or all white flesh. But hey, it's also being a leprosy, having yellow skin, yellow hair. But when the raw flesh appeareth, then he shall be unclean, and the priest raw flesh appeareth, then he shall in him he shall be called unclean. And raw flesh is like a sore. It could be a sore, a bed sore, or anything. The priest shall see the raw flesh and pronounce him unclean, for the raw flesh is unclean, it is leprosy. For if the raw flesh turn again and shall be changed unto white, he shall become unto the priest, and shall see him, and if behold, the plague be turned unto white, then the priest shall pronounce him clean, and he hath the plague, he is clean. And the flesh also in which even his skin thereof it was a boil, and he is healed. God, and you could just have a bed sore, a boil, or what they say, what they call it, I forgot what they call it now. They call it abscess. That's what they call it right now in modern medical terms. If there be a white raising, a white spot, and somewhat reddish, it be showed to the priest. It could be just a white head, and all you gotta do is pop it, and when the and just a little pus or little bacteria behind it, and the priest see it, behold, in the sight of the Lord, then the skin and the hair thereof be turned white. The priest shall pronounce them unclean. It is the plague of leprosy. It is broken out of the boil. But the priest look at it, and behold, there is no white hair therein. If it be not lowered than the skin, but somewhat dark, then the priest shall shut him up 7 days. And if it be much abroad in the skin, then the priest shall pronounce him unclean. It is a plague. Matter of fact, what is yellow? I'm gonna get to the But if the bright spot stay in his place and spread not, it is a burning boil, and the priest shall pronounce him clean. And it's just a boil. It's just a whitehead. Yet If there be any flesh in the skin whereof he is hot burning, then he's and the quick and the flesh that burneth have a white spot in it is somewhat reddish or white, the priest shall look upon it, and behold, the hair of the bright spot turned white, being in the sight deeper than the skin is leprosy, broken out the burning. Behold, the priest shall pronounce him unclean, the plague of leprosy. But the priest shall look, and behold, there be no white hair, but a bright spot. It be lower than the other skin, but somewhat dark. Then the priest shall shut him up 7 days, and he shall look upon him the seventh day, and it shall be spread much abroad in the skin. Then the priest shall pronounce him unclean. It is the plague of leprosy. Hey, to have white skin, so-called white skin, is not a great thing. It's a plague. And matter of fact, let me go all the way down to yellow hair. Matter of fact, let me put yellow hair in here because this is also a plague of leprosy. Hey, having blonde hair is a plague. And the seventh day the priest shall look on the plague. Behold, the skull spread not, but be in no yellow in the hair, but be not in the sight deeper than the skin. He shall be shaven, but the skull shall be not shaved. And the priest shall shut him up, and he have the skull 7 more days. And the seventh lay hold to the priest, look on the skull, and behold, if the skull be not spread to the skin, nor be in sight deeper than the skin, the priest shall pronounce him clean. And he shall wash his clothes and be clean. Then the priest looked on him, and because the skull be spread in the skin, and shall not seek for the yellow hair, he is unclean. But if the skull be in his sight, and at the stay, for that is there is black in the hair, and grow up therein. What's up? Hold on, let me check. Slack here. Look, the point is to have yellow hair or to have white hair is not a good thing. To have blonde hair is not a good thing. You know. Uh, um. Moving on. This is Numbers 12 and 1. Miriam and Aaron spoke against Moses because the Ethiopian woman whom he had married, for he had married an Ethiopian woman. And they said, had the Lord indeed spoken only by Moses? Had he not spoken to us also? And Yahweh Shema Shai heard it. And now the man Moses was very meek above all the men, and which he were upon the face of the earth, which were upon the face of the earth. And Yahweh spoke suddenly unto Moses and unto Aaron and unto Miriam, come ye out, ye three, unto the tabernacle of the congregation. And they three came out, and Yahweh came down in the pillar of a cloud and stood in the door of the tabernacle and called Aaron, Miriam, and they both came forth. And he said, hear now my words. And if there be any prophet among you, I, Yahweh Shemel Shai, will make myself known unto him, and I will speak in a vision, and I will speak unto him in a dream. My servant Moses is not, so is he faithful in all my house, and with him I will speak mouth to mouth, even even apparently, and not in dark speeches. And in the similitudes, Yahweh have shall behold, and therefore are ye not afraid to speak against my servant Moses? And the anger of Yahweh Shem Shai was kindled against them, and he departed, and a cloud departed from the tabernacle, and behold, Miriam became leprous, white as snow, and and Aaron looked upon Miriam, and behold, she was leprous. Hey, Aaron, that lets you know that Miriam, Moses' sister, wasn't white. And Aaron said unto Moses, alas, my Lord, I beseech thee, let not descend upon us. We have done foolishly, and wherein we have sinned, and let not her be as the one of the dead. God, hey, God, hey, right there to have leprosy, hey, is to be as one of wasted away as he, hey, to be dead. Oh man, matter of fact, hey, let's get it. Where is it? Well, nah, I ain't gonna be able to get it. Let her not be as one of the dead. Where's that? Where's that? Where's that? Where that? We'll speak. Numbers 12:12. Let her not be as one of the dead, whom the flesh is half consumed, when he has come out of his mother's womb. And Moses cried unto Yahweh Shem Shai, hear her now, O power, and I will beseech thee. And Yahweh said unto her, Moses, if her father had but spit in her face, should not he be ashamed 7 days? Let her be shut out from the camp 7 days, and after that let her be received again. And Miriam was shut out from the camp 7 days, and the people sojourned not till Miriam was brought in again. and kind and that's just show you, hey, to be turned leprous, white as snow, it was a curse. It wasn't a good thing, you know, kind. So hey, that's it. I ain't gonna go further more into it. So with that said, hey, I pray that this video was edifying. With that said, shalom.